Mirage, a love story. The desert is a strange place. To some, it is lifeless, a stretch of endless golden silence. But for those who truly listen, it tells stories. Stories whispered by the wind, written in the patterns of shifting sand, and sung by stars across an endless sky. Ayan was one such listener. He was a wanderer. He had left his city, his past, and his pain behind. With nothing but a satchel, a journal, and the clothes on his back, he drifted through the desert like a ghost, hoping the silence would heal what noise had broken. Days turned to weeks. The desert, at first unforgiving, began to feel like home. The wind no longer howled but whispered. The sun still burned, but Ayan no longer feared it. One day, around dusk, when the sky melted into shades of orange and violet, Ayan saw something, or someone, ahead. A small oasis shimmered on the horizon, and next to it stood a woman in white. She was still, like a statue carved from moonlight. Thinking it might be a trick of the heat, a mirage, he rubbed his eyes. But when he opened them again, she was still there. He approached cautiously. The water looked real. So did she. Her name was Layla. She spoke gently, her voice carried by the breeze like a forgotten melody. Her eyes were deep, ancient even, and yet filled with youth. She offered him water from a clay pot. It was cool, sweet, the first real water he'd tasted in days. They sat under the only palm tree by the oasis. She asked nothing about his past, and he offered no explanations. They simply talked. About stars, about old desert myths, about how silence could sometimes speak louder than words. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with stars, she said, "You'll return tomorrow." Ayan smiled. He knew he would. The days that followed. Every evening, as the sun bled into the sand, Ayan would walk back to the same oasis, and Layla was always there, in the same white dress, her hair kissed by the wind, her smile untouched by time. They spoke of many things. She knew the desert like it was part of her. She told him stories of ancient cities buried beneath the dunes, of travelers who had fallen in love with the sky, of spirits who walked with lonely hearts. But she never told him who she was, and he never asked. He didn't want to break the spell. By the seventh evening, Ayan realized he was in love. It wasn't loud or overwhelming. It was a quiet, consuming warmth, like finding shade in the desert or laughter in sorrow. "Layla," he said as they watched stars blink to life. "Who are you really?" She looked at him for a long time. "Someone who belongs to the desert, someone you found when you needed her most." He reached out to touch her hand. It was warm, real, but fleeting, like holding sand. "Will I lose you?" She didn't answer. The disappearance. The next day she didn't come. Ayan waited by the oasis until the sky turned black. Then he waited the next day. And the one after that. The oasis was still there. The palm tree, the breeze, the silence, all untouched. But Layla had vanished. Ayan felt something hollow open inside him. He retraced his steps, searched every nearby dune. He even asked desert traders and Bedouins if they'd seen a woman in white near the oasis. None had. One old traveler gave him a strange look. "You've seen her?" he asked. "Layla," Ayan said. The man nodded slowly. "Many wanderers speak of her. She appears to the lost, the broken. She's part of the desert. Some say she's a spirit. Some say she's a mirage born of the heart's deepest need." "But I touched her," Ayan whispered. "She was real." The old man placed a hand on Ayan's shoulder. "Then let her remain real in your memory. The desert gives what we need, not what we want." Years later, Ayan never truly left the desert. He built a small hut near the oasis and made it his home. He would guide travelers, write stories, and sometimes sit by the tree with 2 cups of tea, waiting. And though Layla never returned, he never stopped believing. Some nights, when the wind was just right, and the stars shimmered above like they did that first night, Ayan would feel her presence, like a shadow just out of reach. Travelers still speak of a man with kind eyes who walks the dunes alone, always looking toward the horizon. And they say, on certain nights, a woman in white can be seen dancing in the moonlight by a forgotten oasis.